All right, first trip into O'Reilly's. I wonder how many we're gonna have to do.
This is literally one of the sketchiest cars I've ever driven. Looks like it's been shot with a BB gun.
Big boomer.
Jalopy with a big old shiny air cleaner.
It looks like a small block.
All right, Olivia, what are we doing this week?
Well, we are headed up north to hopefully pick up one of my dream cars. So we drove as far as we could last night and we ended up here in beautiful Pismo. Camped here in Short Stack. And this is a car I found on Facebook Marketplace a few days ago. And while it looks good in photos, you know, you have to see a car in person to really know if it's any good. So we're taking a huge risk by driving all this way just to go see it. But we're gonna actually attempt to drive it home. So we don't have a trailer, we do have a hitch in case of any major breakdowns. But we do have Short Stack loaded down with tools and parts. So hopefully we can make some little fixes along the way. But like I said, we have a long drive ahead of us, so we gotta hit the road.
All right, let's go.
You know, even though this is a super long drive, I have to say we probably couldn't have picked a better time of year to do this.
Everything's so green now. We're going up a really steep hill right now, and this V10 is kicking some butt. I mean, this thing's going up 65, no problem.
No problem. So we just pulled off for the first time to fuel up. Danny and I are gonna trade, so I'm gonna start driving. And man, I'm going through all the motions right now about buying a new car. I know that once I see the car in person, I'll probably feel a lot better about it. But right now it's just a lot of nerves, and we still have over 100 miles to go. So we're a long ways from home. And yeah, lots to consider. Well, we just made it to San Jose, and this is the situation. It didn't say it was gonna rain, and we're about to hit a ton of traffic here, so just gonna keep cruising along. We got 40 more miles. I see it.
Where?
I see it.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay, we just made it to Livermore. That was such a drive, but we're checking out the car right now, and just from the outside, I'm like, this is already worth it. Here it is.
Here we go. Let's go through it right now.
So this is the car I saw on Marketplace a few days ago. It's a 56 Chevy Bel Air, and why I love it is it's a post car. So
yeah, we've seen a few hard tops, but she doesn't want them. She wants a post.
Yeah, really wanted this. And what makes this thing super cool is that it's actually LS swapped.
Okay.
So I checked
Carbureted too.
Yeah, it's a carbureted 5.3. It's got a turbo 400 behind it, and check it out. It's kind of in its gasser stance.
Yeah. So I guess this was a race car back in the day, you said, right? And what's kind of interesting is if you look underneath here, you could see where I think they had a straight axle. Yep. And
crazy. So yeah, the owner, Troy, whose house we're at, he said that this thing was an old race car and then parked in 1982, and then through some horse trading, he came to own it, and here it is. So he got it running and driving, and it needs some stuff though before we can safely cruise it down the freeway.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's on
but it does run.
Hoosiers.
Yeah, we have a set of tires that we brought in the RV with us, so
Yeah.
there's that. Let's go around this side and see what's going on over here too.
It's definitely got some rust.
Yeah, this is the most rough side here. It's got some rust here. I think there's some Bondo in this area, something a little suspicious going on right here, but if you look at this lip down here, it's all original weld, so same thing with the door jambs and in the back, so not too sure what's going on right here. We may dig into it eventually, but
Yeah.
we got to get it home first.
I know. He also told us that someone had painted over the original paint with this like green here, and that was all over, and he actually like got this thing sanded down as best he could.
Yeah,
And-
came out pretty good actually. I don't know, that must have been a lot of color sanding to take off that top layer to get to the original paint underneath.
Totally.
Okay, this is cool. I thought these were like major dents at first, but this is just from when he was sanding it down. It kind of, there was some small high spots here.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
not
a
too
little
bad.
bit of a dip there, but
Yep. So here, let's check underneath. Okay, it looks like we got a small oil leak there, but it does have a turbo 400, so that's expected. The floors look good. There's one small patch on the other side, and
Okay.
it looks like he did a pretty decent job fixing that up. So, although it looks a little bit rough, it's actually a fairly solid car.
I think the worst of the rust though is back here.
Where?
Like right
Ooh,
here. And in the trunk from what he showed me in the photos.
Okay, yeah, that's, oh, what's this?
What is that?
An antenna. Okay,
Okay.
let's see what we got here.
That's different.
Not spring, the springs aren't there.
I got it.
Okay, got a
Ooh.
fuel cell. Ooh, a couple holes, couple felony holes. All right. Well, definitely gonna need a bit of work back here. But, I mean, it does run, so like you can kind of just work on it as you go.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
and he does have he has another trunk lid as well as the hood. It's got a few cracked windows, huh?
but it does have some interior.
And then there's that black or dark blue or whatever that is paint that was painted over the original paint.
Who would do that?
I don't
That's
know.
such a crime.
Well, the back seat looks really good.
Yeah, that looks really good.
It's pretty cool how the green reflects through the light.
Yeah, I really
onto
like it.
You liking it?
I dig it. I
Cool.
might tint the glass once we replace it.
Okay. Well, the front seat's a little bit blown out, but
That's all
I mean,
right.
maybe we can just find some bucket seats for it or something
I think that's what
eventually.
it needs.
Do you want to turn it on?
Sure.
It has straight headers,
Yeah.
so you may have to give it a little bit of gas. It's not fuel injected.
I think he said it would fire up, but
Okay, for a start. So it sounds like it just has a stock cam in it. Cool. And did you turn that little switch off too?
yeah.
Okay. So the engine sounds pretty good. It's not making any ticking noises or anything like that. Apparently these are big block Chevy headers that he welded on to some LS flanges. Looks like he did a pretty good job with the welds too, so that's all there. It's got a mechanical fan. Looks like this blade though is pretty close from touching that. Oh, it looks like he kind of clearanced it already. So, what do you think? It's gonna make it back home?
I mean, I don't know.
He said the furthest he's driven it is how
I
far?
think total 40 miles. And we have about 350.
350
So-
miles to drive back home in this. So, well,
I think we got to actually do the paperwork and give the man his money. And then what we'll do is figure out, maybe we'll work on it here. Maybe we'll head over to like a different parking lot and I guess get it into some type of street trim because those Hoosiers need to go.
yeah, we got to figure out if the headlights work, if the brake lights work.
Things, maybe even some type
turn
of
signals
muffler.
or-
I don't know.
some way to quiet down that exhaust. But okay, well, we have our work cut out for us. Anything else we want to show in the car?
I think we'll get more into details later, but this is it. 1956 Chevy Bel Air. All right, so this is Troy. He's the previous owner of the car. We just made a deal on it, and you were telling us over the phone that like this car was kind of inspired by Danny's car.
Yeah, I didn't know which route to go with the car when I first got it after it was sitting since 1982. And I seen his car, I liked the style of it, the kind of gasser, not really a gasser, kind of just hot rod from, you know, how they build them in kind of the 70s. And that's the route I kind of want to go with this. But then to get the 327 rebuilt, it was about the same price as doing an LS swap. And I figured might as well take it to LS Fest. Just didn't make it there. Got other bills that got to be paid.
Gotcha. And Troy's kind enough, he's gonna help us fabricate just a really quick exhaust for this thing for the drive because it is open headers. So he's got some stuff in the backyard. We're gonna piece it together and
We'll hit the road.
yeah, anything helps.
Okay, well, Olivia and Troy are over there tackling the exhaust system. I'm gonna go underneath the dash and see if I can't fix the brake lights. So they're not turning on right now. So we'll see what's going on with the brake switch. Okay, so here is the switch that's not working. It's getting power going into it, but it's not coming out the other side even though I cycle this. So let's see if we can unjam it or like tap it on the ground, put some WD-40 in there, brake cleaner, whatever we got to do. It might work. Let's see if we pull this all the way out. Sometimes it may just not be pulling out like hard enough. You see how it's feel like it's pretty sticky.
Yeah, I can see that.
So if we pull it out really hard, maybe we can get continuity through this. See our voltmeter there? Oh, see? Now it's working.
Oh, just want it to be roughed up a little.
But it's not the. There we go. That's. You want to hear it beeping like that. A solid beep though, not. Okay, so we'll just cycle it. We're gonna put some WD-40 in there and we'll work it loose. Okay, so we just put some lubricant inside there and got it all free. So let's see if it works now. So while it's out, we want to hear this thing beep. There it is. And now if we push it in, it should stop beeping. There. Brakes. Brakes.
There you go.
Brakes. No brakes. Brakes. Cool. So I broke one of the connectors and we didn't bring any with us. I don't want to bother Troy right now. He's working hard, but maybe we'll just open this up, the old one. Take the wire out from inside it. It's coming out slowly.
Getting there.
There it is. So there's the
Yes.
wire. New wire inside. Crimp this over it. There we go. We just recycled the connector.
Heck yeah.
Okay, we got some exhaust on it now. We got some pretty much like a glass pack sort of deal. Thanks, Troy.
All right, ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh, that's much quieter. That's so quiet.
Crap.
It's a different car.
Yeah, that's
That's quiet.
Yeah, just give it a little bit of gas.
This is good.
And fortunately, we have to swap out those cool looking slicks for those.
Yeah,
the Boomer Specials.
Most life on them, and they're kind of old, but what I had, they're on the stock rims.
Hopefully they fit.
I know.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna get out of here now, find a place to probably camp for the night, work on this thing just a little bit more, and then we're gonna hit the road back to Ventura in the morning.
Okay, we just left Troy's house and this thing's sputtering quite a bit. I think the carburetor's pretty out of whack. So we're gonna pull over at the gas station and see if maybe we can swap a carburetor out or something. Okay, we made it to the gas station right across the street from the guy's house. We still have 350 more miles to go home. We got a little band-aid here for the transmission cooler leak. Maybe we could fix that in the morning or tonight. The carburetor is definitely stumbling a lot right off of idle and popping and banging. All right, Olivia, your first tank of fuel.
First tank.
Hopefully it don't fall through the floor. All right, we made it about 2 miles away from Troy's house and we pulled over just to work on a few things. We didn't want to stay too late at his house working on it there and keeping him up. He has to go to work early. So we pulled over here. First thing we noticed is the car is stumbling pretty bad off idle, off stoplights. And it's almost like wants to turn off. So we're gonna see what's up with the carburetor. If we can't fix this one, then we have one in the van and we'll put it on here. All right, so let's take off this air cleaner first and see what we got. Pretty rusty, huh?
Yeah, he actually said that this came off of the 327 that was originally in this car.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think there's anything else hooked up to this, is there? Nope.
Nope. Pretty simple.
Okay, let's put this over here.
All right.
Oh, and thank you, Toyota dealership for of Livermore
for hosting us.
Okay, so the choke was actually kind of set on, so it needs to be here.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure how it runs.
Okay, so it seems like the accelerator pump diaphragm on the primary is not like pumping correctly. So we don't have any carb rebuild stuff, but we did bring our FST carburetor just in case.
This is 950
CFM for a 5.3 liter.
Oh, jeez. I think it should be fine.
Yeah. So
Okay. Well,
maybe
let's see
we'll
if we can get this to fit on there, and maybe these hoses will hook up.
swap this on. Yeah,
Okay,
hopefully.
let's go. It's going to start raining in a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta hustle.
Okay, let's take this off. Hopefully not drop anything into the intake. We have a new gasket, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's fit the new one on.
Yeah, it's the same size, right? Okay.
It's right behind.
Just want to make sure nothing's hitting first.
Yeah. And just make sure the linkage all
Okay.
goes in.
So that's gonna hook up. Make sure this linkage will work. Put that linkage right there. Perfect. It
Okay.
doesn't have to have full throttle for now. Okay. I think it's gonna work.
Okay. All right, so we just swapped on our FST carburetor and we're gonna test it out.
Wow. Oh, it's got a high idle, but we can lower that down.
Oh, the flathead's right there.
We don't have any leaks.
I don't see any.
Okay, I'm gonna lower the idle a little bit here. Oh, it's on the other side, sorry. Lower the idle a little bit. Sounds better. Oh, that's all the way, huh? Do we have a vacuum leak or something?
Maybe that front one?
Oh,
Yeah.
a little bit of a vacuum leak right there. You can hear it.
Yeah, so we really do need a...
Yeah, we need to get a smaller hose for here. If I pull it off a little bit, it kind of seals better, but let's see. It's pretty high idle. Oh, this throttle won't. Oh. Okay, here. I think it's a little bit high, but it's not too high. It's like 800. It won't go much lower than that, but we don't need
Okay.
it to. Seems a little bit more responsive.
Yeah.
So we'll have to drive it and see.
Yeah, we'll do a little test drive when we go to our camping spot for the night.
Yeah.
But
What time is it?
I think it's just past 10:30.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to the auto parts store in the morning.
Yeah, and then we got to
O'Reilly.
go to AAA first thing to get this thing registered. It's not registered right now, so we can't be driving around a whole lot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get registration and insurance for it tomorrow morning, and then we'll just start making the drive back home.
Yeah.
350 miles coming up.
All right. Good morning.
Some coffee.
Aw, thank you. We're up nice and early, a little too early. We're parked in front of the O'Reilly Auto Parts store and it opens in another minute. So we're ahead of the game. Got the Bel Air still here. Didn't go anywhere, but we did get a ticket. So that's too bad, but no fines or anything. I think the game plan is we are going to get all the little things that we need to get this thing to where we feel good driving it. And then ultimately, the drive really depends on the DMV. So if we can get this thing registered, then we're golden. If not, gonna have some issues and we'll have to go from there. So we have a bunch of parts just laying over here, as you can see, but it's because they were initially loaded in the RV and then we just didn't even have enough room to walk around, like use the shower or anything. So we kind of left it outside, but we're debating if we should like throw the hood on or maybe even that trunk lid, because I mean, that trunk lid is junk. It's pretty rusted through. It's got no latch. It's got that weird antenna. So we'll see.
That's where it needs to go, right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right there. So.
Somebody's gonna be like, "That's a good trunk lid."
Oh, it's pretty flimsy on the inside. It will show you later, but we should probably put that trunk lid on, throw that one in the dumpster, put that hood on, because the front end could use a little bit of weight. It's so high up in the air that there's like not really any suspension travel downward. So if we can get a little bit of weight in the front, that'll help us out.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to work. This is trip number 1 into O'Reilly. So we need a drain pan, need a vacuum line, and I forget, a wrench set and a bunch of other stuff.
All right, first trip into O'Reilly's. I wonder how many we're gonna have to do.
Let's see, we gotta...
Let's try to keep it under 5.
Yeah.
At least we're not too far, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good distance.
Okay, these spark plug wires are pretty close to the headers, so we're just gonna pull them off and check them. Last night I noticed a little bit of... Yep. Here we go. We got a little bit of arc there onto the header. It's causing a misfire. So we're gonna have to do something about these spark plug wires here. Shoot. Cut that off there.
Okay.
And we'll take this piece out of here if we can.
Yep.
We'll try to reuse the boot as well. Okay, so since they didn't have the parts that we needed in there, like we would have had to buy the whole set, we're gonna just try to reuse this little connector right here. So we'll disassemble it and reuse it, at least just to get us back home. So we took apart the little connector. We're just gonna fold this piece underneath here, put that over, jam it in, grip it down. But first I think we might be able to reuse this boot. So let's see if this will go through without having to. Okay, that'll work. Put this over like this, slide this into there. Positive. I'll try to crimp this down, see if it cooperates. There we go. That should stay on there.
All right.
Yep. Get this on.
Moment of truth.
Okay. So here's the new wire that we made, and you can see it's not touching the header anymore down there. So as long as we cover it up with this insulator too, that'll help it as well. But it's not touching the header now, so we should be fine.
So here in the front, this transmission cooler has a slow leak going on. He thinks it's off of the fittings, so we're just gonna pop these hoses off here and see what's going on. I got my little drain pan because this might get messy. Here we go. Gonna let that drain out and then we'll check it out in a sec. What are you working on?
I got most of those spark plug wires out of the way of the headers so we don't have any more misfires. And then I'm gonna work on the exhaust.
Okay. I'm gonna start looking at that vacuum line.
Okay. Over here on cylinder 5, we got another misfireage. You can see it's white here on this boot. These boots, they don't solve everything, in my experience. So if the wire is leaning up against the header, it'll still burn through this. So we're going to shorten this one as well. Okay, here's number 7 spark plug wire. This one's probably the worst one. That might explain a lot. This one's going to be fun.
What's going on?
Well, these fittings were leaking, and Troy actually told us that he had a heck of a time getting them to seal, so we ended up doing is loosening that end to lower it down so we could really clean the threads over there, and we're just thread locking the crap out of it for right now. We'll probably end up using a different transmission cooler later. So, hold that.
Yep.
Tighten this up.
Danny's getting that done. We still have to make another trip inside because we're gonna see if we can find an air cleaner that works with that carburetor. We need some heat shield to isolate our mufflers. Oh, and I finished running the vacuum hose right there to the transmission. So.
All right, so if this leaks, I'll be thoroughly impressed.
I'm so nervous.
Somebody said we should start using nut drivers instead of screwdrivers.
Oh yeah.
I don't own any of those.
What's wrong with a flathead?
Yeah, look. See me slipping off of there or anything?
And even if you do, so what?
I think, yeah, nut drivers are for Gen Zs.
Okay, we're gonna attempt to swap the trunk lid while we're here. So, I don't know if this is a good idea, but...
Yeah, as long as those bolts don't strip out of there, get stuck, and as long as those threads are good on that trunk, we should be fine.
Okay.
At least the other one has a latch and can actually shut.
Yeah. What if we close it and then it locks and we can't gas up?
Yeah, well, we can always open it from here, I think. We should test it first, because if it locks on that latch right there, then we're
boned.
Yeah, we'll have to take out the back seat or crawl through the big giant hole.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be an issue either way. Okay, I'd say that fits pretty good. Actually, looks like it belongs.
Okay, don't look at these gaps, but look at those.
Well, should we gap it here in the parking lot of O'Reilly?
No, I think we gotta hustle. We gotta make one more run inside and then get out of here.
Let's see, does it open? Does it lock? Oh, it didn't lock. Do we need this?
I guess not.
How about that antenna?
Hell no.
Okay. Well, then I guess we could just throw this thing in that garbage can over there then.
Yep.
You want some WD-40?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Juice it up.
Yeah. Nice and juicy. Trust us, that trunk lid was like way worse than it looked. The whole inside was just gone. Trust us.
You don't want none of that.
Want it.
And I'm definitely shocked at how well this one matches.
Trip to O'Reilly number 2. Got this lid since the other one wasn't working. So
hopefully it clears. Put the bottom side on first. Fits.
okay. Filter. Work.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
Oh,
Driving this
big boomerang.
jalopy with a big old shiny air cleaner.
It looks like a small block. Not at all, but okay, we're done at O'Reilly Auto Parts, and I think we have the car as sorted as we can have it.
Yeah, I think out of 10, I would say I'm at about a 5 confidence level. Maybe a 4.
So we're gonna take it on a 5-mile cruise over to the AAA to try and do the title transfer, and then it's nothing but freeways after that. This car owes me a new pair of boots. These are trashed. Just walked into AAA looking like a hot mess. Hopefully they can get us sorted. Okay, so AAA was useless. I went in there, and because the car is out of the system, they can't do anything about it. So only option is to find a DMV, and they'll be able to, but there's nothing around here with appointments, and I don't know how long it's going to be to get in. So it's really the only option. I think we're having success at the DMV. We got Danny over there. I'm filling out all the paperwork here, but Danny's over there rolling it up here to the staging lanes, aka the VIN verification lane, because this car is out of the DMV system. So let's see what they think of my new hot rod. Left lane. Yeah. It looks like he's going for his driver's test.
The odometer?
Yeah.
8,327 miles.
That's low miles.
That's a low mile.
Shoot, how'd this thing get so whooped?
8,327?
Yeah. Wow. You just bought a Bel Air with only 8,000 miles on it.
We did it! We got it! So we were really nervous about doing this whole thing because it was a really old pink slip. Long story short, there was some issues. So we're really happy we got it now, and car is registered and insured. So
Nice. Okay, now we're legal. I got some. While you were in there in the DMV, I installed some seat belts, some custom seat belts. Don't look too close, but we're ready to go. So we're gonna hit the road. We're
gonna fuel up.
yeah, it's about 2 minutes away from rush hour, so we're good.
Here we go on the freeway. Gosh dang, look at that car.
Just hopped onto the freeway, and it's a little sketchy to say the least. Just really want to make sure the brakes are okay. I don't have a temperature gauge, so I don't know what the engine temperature is, but we got good oil pressure. Let's just see what happens. It wants to just follow the grooves in the road, so you got to really pay attention to the terrain. It's definitely taking some getting used to, but I'm going to keep going here, see how she does. Thank goodness we put the exhaust system on the car, because that would be miserable right now. On top of it all, it's pretty hard to see out of the window. Looks like it's been shot with a BB gun. Hold on. Whoa, hang on. Whoa, little backfires here and there. Whoa. Steady, steady, steady.
Oh my gosh. These roads are so bad. I just see the car like just hopping around. I see Danny in the bench seat. It looks like he's like got hydraulics on the car.
Oh my gosh, this car is bad. Real bad. Oh. Oh. Ow. Ow. We are all, oh, here we go. Hold on. Hang on. Hang on. Oh boy. Oh. Ow. Oh my gosh. The car's rattling apart. It doesn't like certain type of roads, ladies and gentlemen. Roads are a little bit nicer where we're at right now, and I'm finally starting to feel like I'm bonding with the car. We're building a connection here. I'm getting used to its little quirks, and it's starting to get fun. It's real nice out right now.
Well, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, you know, how come I'm not driving my car? Well, something that I really appreciate about Danny is that he's super protective and he's always looking out for my safety. So he said until he really shakes it down and we just confirm that it's all right, he's just going to continue driving it. I don't mind, because I know I'm going to have all the time in the world to cruise this thing. roads are unfamiliar to me. This is my first time going up the one, I think, this far. So I'm cruising in luxury over here in short stack. I'm having a good time. I got heat and AC. I got music going. So honestly, I kind of feel for Danny. He's being a trooper right now. So we've pulled off for gas a couple times now. That thing's got a really small fuel cell in the back. And Danny says he's gaining some confidence with the car. So less than 200 miles to go. And so far, no issues. This is incredible. I was like fully expecting we were gonna need a trailer and gonna have many issues, but still not back yet. So keep your fingers crossed for us.
Okay, well, it's still running, but the colder it got, I started noticing it's sputtering a lot more. And when I would decel, going down the hill, and then I would start picking back up to go again, it would start sputtering even more. So I'm wondering almost if the engine's too cold. We don't have a temperature gauge, so there's not really any way of knowing for sure, but we just pulled off to the side and stopped at the gas station, and I'm over here. If I feel the radiator, it's like not even hot at all. It's like cold. So I'm thinking that there's no thermostat. There's probably no thermostat, and it's so cold out right now with no hood. And then, you know, we got a carburetor on there now, so that cools everything a lot more as well. Then we got this radiator straight in the front, and we also got this fan that's just always spinning, pulling a good amount of air. I think the engine's just running too cold. That's why I don't think it's burning like a lot of the fuel. It's like running pretty rich. So maybe what we could do is put like a piece of cover up part of the radiator with some paper or something like that, like half of it. I think it'll probably run a lot better.
Okay.
Because we know LS's, they like to run a little bit warm anyways.
Yeah, we can try.
Well, let's get some more fuel in it. Okay, it's just running way too cold. So we got these paper plates. I'm gonna just kind of clog up the radiator a little bit here. We're just getting too much airflow, and I don't think there's a thermostat in the engine. Let's do this and see what happens. We don't have a temperature gauge on the engine either, so we're just kind of going by feel around here.
Oh my god. Looks like from Dumb and Dumber when she takes her top off.
Yeah, it looks a little funny, huh? But it works.
Well, it is 5 in the morning and we are officially back in the county. Well, we just made it back, and just in time because it looks like the floor is falling out. There's literally a piece of the trunk pan falling out. Okay. Glad we're back. We did it!
Oh my god.
Perfect timing.
It's 5 in the morning right now.
I know.
We need to sleep.
So we're gonna head home, leave this thing here at the shop, and come back in the morning and check it out.
Yeah.
Well, that was the trip of a lifetime, and we needed a couple days just to recover once we got back. Poor Danny is like sick as a dog. I think he got exhaust poisoning.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive. I've had a headache for the past 2 days. Still not feeling so good, but I'm on the up. Yeah, I think what happened was it was running so rich and the engine was so cold that it was just dumping out unburnt fuel, and it was going through that hole in the trunk and then coming in through the back.
Yeah.
And I noticed it at first, and I've driven a lot of dirty cars before, but this one takes the cake. Like, I had my head out the window and it was like, I think that's worse. By the time we got back, it was just too late. You know? We probably should have towed it is what we should have done, but you know, we just kept going.
Yeah, it was for the adventure, but we can't believe it's here. It made it nearly 400 miles with like no issues pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. So it's wild to think that this car was like on my phone just a few days ago. I was like on Marketplace, and now it's like physically here at the shop. So Basically, Facebook Marketplace is very dangerous.
Yeah, yeah. This is
all
this is from Facebook Marketplace.
So I'm sure you guys are all wondering, why did I buy this car? Well, I've always wanted a 56 Chevy, and I was really picky. I wanted a 2-door post car, and I also wanted something that was pretty much done. And I know this car needs a ton of work, and it'll get work over time. We'll show it some loving, but right now we have our hands full with our Dodge Charger drag and drive build. So really, I just wanted a car that I could hop in, go to the beach, or go to the local cruise nights this summer and just enjoy. And like I said, it needs some fine tuning for sure. And you guys will see videos on it of us like fixing up little things. Maybe changing out the jets. Yeah, for a start. Let's start with that. But yeah, so this is it. This is my 56 Chevy. Like I said, we're not gonna get too distracted on this because we have lots of cool stuff coming with our Dodge Charger build, like a brand new TIC Performance 6-speed transmission. And a Mosier rear end. Yep. Yeah. So it's getting some good parts. So stay tuned for that. And I also wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who supported us and bought our merch. You know, we just came out with this new gnarly Speed Shop design with the blue glitter logo. And you guys sold us out in like a day. So poor Danny doesn't even have a shirt. Yeah, you guys took my XL. But this turned out really good. Like, I like this actually better than the gold. I do too. It looks really good. It's sweet. So we're gonna have some more up soon? Yeah, so we will be restocking this blue glitter one very soon, and we're also gonna have more sizes available. We just kind of did a trial run to see if you guys would dig it, but clearly you do. So if you guys want to support the channel, just head over to gnarlyspeedshop.com. We appreciate it so much, and it makes fun adventures like this possible. But before I let you guys go, I just want to give major thanks to a few people who made this possible. Shout out to Danny for toughing it out and driving it all the way back. Felt like I was in a NASCAR race the whole time, just the concentration. Yeah. That thing just wanted to buck me off the whole time, but the more I relaxed on the wheel, then it started to. We bonded towards the end. Good. I need to bond with it now. But also major shout out to Troy for letting us wrench in his driveway and helping us fab up that exhaust. That made a huge difference, you know, not having open headers for 8 hours. Probably would be dead. Oh yeah, you'd be done. Yeah. And shout out to Short Stack, our RV, because this trip wouldn't have happened, you know, this was like our support vehicle and it ran flawlessly. I was having a blast in there driving, and yeah, great times. That's gonna do it for this week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.